Today's program after this.
Apex Bank of Camden, proudly serving the Benton County community since 1931. In recent years, through growth and expansion, we've taken that same local community spirit into other markets. Today, with over 20,000 customers across Tennessee, our business philosophy remains the same. Local people making local decisions, serving our friends and customers, and investing in the communities that we serve. Here for you yesterday, today, and tomorrow. Apex Bank of Camden, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Operation 7570. Great to have you with us on such a beautiful, beautiful Saturday morning here in August. Temperatures are just right. Cool day. Supposed to be a very pleasant weekend. And let's hope that this weather that we're having, let's hope that it extends in a couple of weeks, because we've got the Benton County Fair. Starting 1 week from this coming Monday down at the fairgrounds, of course. And who better to talk about it than these two fair ladies themselves, Heather Deckard Smith and, of course, Kathy Weatherly. Welcome, ladies. I appreciate you getting up and being with us today.
Thanks for having us. We're glad to be here.
Our reminder went off yesterday while we were in our volunteer meeting.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I appreciate that so very, very much. Thanks, girls, for being here. And as we look at it, people might be saying, you mean it's been a year since the fair? Well, no, it really hasn't. But, hey, Kathy, we might explain why we're having the fair now. And it's not unusual for us to have a fair in August.
No, actually, we've had many previous years in August, the fair's in August. We moved it several years ago to September, which we love. We love the weather in September. But this week was the only week that we could actually book a carnival. The week that we're having it. It's got to the point there are more fairs than there are carnivals. And of course, you know, they have a tendency to go to the larger counties. So we kind of have to take what they have available. We do have a new carnival coming. We're really excited about them. We think it's going to be great. So we're looking forward to that. But we like that September weather better, but we'll deal with it. We do actually, let me put this in first, have air conditioning in our wide exhibit building since 1962. No air. We finally have air. So.
Well, that's great. We're looking forward to that and all the aspects. You mentioned the carnival, the new carnival coming in this year, and you know, there are not as many traveling carnivals across the U.S. as there used to be, is there?
No. Most of the time, carnivals are family owned. It's generation after generation goes down through that, and so it's like the younger generations are not really coming in and taking over. We've had several, like Myers, that were here for years. They actually still have a carnival, but they just stay in Florida. They don't travel. So that's what the difference with that is. But the carnival we have now is family owned. Run by Mr. Miller and his sons. It's Miller's Spectacular Carnival. We're real excited to have them. They seem like they're going to be great to work with and very, very nice. So.
Well, we'll talk more about the carnival and, you know, the prices, the armband days, school days, things like that in just a few moments. But, Heather, thank you for being here as well this morning. And tell us about the cooperation or, you know, the existence of UT Extension and how that works with the Benton County Fair year in and year out.
Well, when I started work, almost 20 years now. I've worked 20 years, and then I've worked in Dickson County for a little bit. But Dickson County and here, we have a strong relationship with the fair. That has been, I don't know, I guess since the extension service became the extension service here in Benton County, which we've had an extension service over 100 years. So I'm sure that played a part in getting the county fair started with the history of that. I'm sure they had some play in that. Probably had a seat at the table because we're getting to close to 100 years of a fair here in Benton County. And so it is a way for us to help our clients in our communities showcase agriculture and the benefits of that in our community. We have different roles. It also provides us a venue to allow our youth in our community to have the country ham show and sale, the market hog show and sale. and of course the 4-H chick chain, and then it gives our youth opportunities to, of course, enter exhibits and other things, right? So not all kids are into sports, unfortunately, but some of them really like to craft or bake, and so this is a way for them to highlight what they like to do, and showcase what they have, of course, adults as well. And then it also allows people in the community to see that agriculture is the number one industry in Benton County. A lot of people do not know that. They think that it's, one of the factories or something like that, but it actually is the number one producer of money for this county and the state of Tennessee. And so we're very fortunate in that, and so it's just a great way to bring awareness to that to the community. And then of course we lead lots of activities and groups of things that go on. The Century Farm program is one of those. It allows us to highlight farm families and to honor them and their achievements. We do different things throughout the week, but we have youth that come in and do the Youth Fair Board, which that provides them with leadership skills that are much needed to prepare them for the workplace. So they check in and check out. They have a work schedule. They have events that they're responsible for and planned, and gives them ownership and a voice with the youth about activities that are going on. So it also leads us a platform to train, teach why the fair is important, teach some skills that they're going to need as they go on, and then that gives us a little pool of people that may want to come back as they get older and help at the fair. For example, Rachel Baker is a good example of that. She was on the Youth Fair Board from the time when the first year it started, and then now she's back as an adult volunteer and doing some things. So that has been very lucrative for us, and teaching some leadership and maybe grooming that next generation to come in.
Yeah, and the things they are learning, Kathy, the things they are learning with their skills, the 4-H skills, the things they've done at the fair, that's helped them like Rachel, and it's helped a bunch of kids on in life right now.
Right. And I do want to say we are so blessed to have our extension service here.
Yes.
We work great with them, and they're such an asset to the fair. I know most counties I know do work with the extension agents. Some of them, though, don't have as strong of a bond with them. So we're very blessed and very fortunate. We have a great extension service. We don't know what we'd do without them. So.
Now, we have 95 counties in the state of Tennessee, east to west, west to east. Does every county have a fair?
No. Right. There are 62, I may be wrong on that exact number, but about 62 fairs in the state of Tennessee.
And some of the fairs don't even go a full week, do they?
No.
Yeah.
No. Some of them start midweek, just go for 2 or 3 days. Some of the larger fairs go have a 10-day fair, but some of the other counties may start on Wednesday and run through Saturday. So we like the week-long fair.
Sure.
So.
Yeah. Who governs the Benton County Fair?
As far as like the fair board.
Yeah, the fair board, and how is that structured? And, just take us all the way up to the State Fair Association, how all that works.
All right. Well, we, on a local level, we have a board of directors that governs the fair. It is all volunteer. There are no paying positions whatsoever. All volunteer. We go from there to our volunteer board, which is very involved. We're registered through the Secretary of State. We are also a member of the Tennessee Associations of Fairs that's based statewide. So statewide, we have a convention then every January. That's where we learn new ideas and bring back things for that. So that's kind of
but we're in a division. We have a division, kind of like sports, right? So we're in the single A division. There's only one other fair in West Tennessee that has a single A fair, and that would be Decatur County, and that's based on population size. We also have a Western region, like a Western Association of Fairs, of course, that we have kind of meetings throughout the year with them. It's just West Tennessee group kind of caucus getting together and sharing ideas and talking about what went well, what didn't go well, what they, just like our state fair association. So we have a great relationship with several fairs across our region because they're just like us. It's the same, it's the same people. It's the same year after year after year after year, and a lot of them are just like us. They have a strong connection with the fair, like Kathy and her family, like their mom and dad or their grandparents were in the fair, so they've come into the fair. And so it's really good. Kathy and them love to see their people, and when we go to meetings, I'm going to go say hi to her, but it's just like me when I go to extension stuff. I want to go see my friend, and that's how we kind of operate. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. And also, Extension, when it comes judging day to the exhibits down there, Extension, you swap out judges with neighboring counties, I'm sure.
Yes, and so this week, our fair judges, we have a lot of new Extension agents, so it's going to be great to kind of train them along the way. So several new Extension agents will be coming in, and some of their FCE ladies, which were used to be the home demonstration clubs, will be coming. And yes, they come from all over. They come from neighboring counties. We kind of try to rotate a little bit if we can. It just depends on who's available and who's not. But Humphreys County, we have several that we always ask from there. We've asked Decatur County, Carroll County, Henry County usually comes, but their fair is the same week as ours. So me and Michelle have already tried to make a pact, like if you will invite these counties, then I'm going to invite these counties, because we both want to make sure that she has enough judges to do what she needs to do, and I have enough judges to do what I need to do, which Michelle is the FCS agent in Henry County. So we've already talked about that, and just this week I've had 3 other agents call and say, I need judges for these 2 days. And then so we try to make sure that they're covered and have some good quality qualified people to come and judge when we can. Yes.
You mentioned the initials FCS. What does FCS stand for?
Family and Consumer Sciences. So I'm a family and consumer scientist now, and instead of a home economist, and that changed about 20 years ago when I first started work in Extension. We used to be home economist, and the nature of professional associations and the colleges and the makeups of those, they thought that home economist was, not taken very seriously sometimes, like Becky Homecki. So they have changed it to Family and Consumer Sciences. So that kind of covers what a home economist does.
I'm from old school,
yes,
and I go back to the days of home demonstration. I go back to the days of home demonstration clubs.
Yeah,
home ec,
yes.
Home ec and home demonstration. It doesn't hurt my feelings, because that's the reason why I'm here today. Those quality programs that change people's lives and make them better. And I understand why they changed it, but there's nothing wrong with being a home economist at all.
Kathy, you've got to have a budget to run the fair. Where does your money come from to have the fair each and every year?
Okay, our money comes mainly from our gate
Yes.
money. We also do get support from the TRD board, which they've been wonderful helping us out. And so we're so thankful for that. And as far as just our budget, we budget compared to how good of a year we have. If we have a really great year, then we're able to go and do some improvements for the next year. If we have a not so great year, then we may just have to slide by and throw a little paint on it and go from there. But that's pretty much where it all comes from. We do get a few grants, like our we can apply for our Century Farm grant,
hand washing
stations, and we did get a grant from the state of Tennessee this past year, and that was because they actually gave a grant to the Wilson County Fair. That's a whole nother story, but a grant to them to move the Tennessee State Fair to their location. So then they were helpful. They went out and gave all of the other counties in Tennessee that had a fair a $10,000 grant. So that was how we were able to do some improvements this year to the grounds.
You never want a 5-day washout, do you?
No,
No.
not at all. Of course, where we're located, that's always possible. But
Yeah.
you know, we would love to have a new fairgrounds on higher ground, but we don't have the funding for that. We don't have the ability to do that right now. So, you know, if it rains, we just get up and brush the mud out and
Keep going.
go on.
That's right. Well, let's just talk about some improvements. What improvements are we seeing in 2022 down at the fairgrounds? And I've passed by there several times. Seems like somebody's always working. So what are some great improvements that we didn't have in 2021?
Well, actually, one thing you won't really be able to notice, Heather had touched on the
Yes.
grandstand area. We had closed our grandstands off the first year for COVID reasons. And then the guys got to looking around and we noticed some blocks
Crumbling.
underneath, that were kind of crumbling. So this year we have gone back and had all of the grandstand blocked up, gone underneath and had all that redone. They put some new steps on one side. There's some other things I want to do, but we won't quite get that done before fair time, but it doesn't compromise the safety of it.
Yes.
So we feel comfortable with them this year, and they're in good shape underneath, and you can't really see it, but that was a big
That was
improvement.
and a
Yes,
large expense.
Yes.
Block and cement and labor
Right.
is a
So-
large cost.
Right, and then we were able to put air conditioning in, as I mentioned, the white exhibit building, and with that we put doors. It'll be closed. We have doors, new glass doors on it. We were able to go ahead and put air conditioning in the back of the office building where we hold our Century Farms reception and that type of thing. So
Volunteer luncheon.
we did put like something else you can't see. We put a new culvert in, running out to hopefully with a little drainage to back to the street. We were able to do that, and of course that doesn't sound like, that's 4 really big, expensive projects. So it's something you might not really notice, but it's going to make a world of difference. So
And the
we're happy
culvert
to
is
do it.
in, and the men are checking it every rain, and it worked good the other day. So we were
So far, so
really
good.
excited. So hopefully, if we do get
Of course, if we have torrential rains,
rains,
that's
there's
not
nothing we can do.
Exactly. Well, I think last year, we had good fair days, except for
till
Saturday. Till Saturday,
yes.
yeah.
And everything else was fine, but
Yeah.
that was okay.
Sure.
Yeah.
It
I still have
worked
a
out
picture
great.
of you, wallowing in the mud in front of the old
know.
open air pavilion from about 10 years ago.
10 years ago, I thought about that the other day because Ivy had her pink snow boots on. I was like, what are you doing with them on? She goes, well, we're going to the fairgrounds. And I said, girl, it ain't rained in months down there. She goes, so she wore them down there, but I thought about me standing in that, if it rains, I was going to get her in the puddle out there.
Yeah. How many volunteers does it take? That changes
Oh,
year in, year out.
gosh.
But girls, how many volunteers might it take to run a fair outside the carnival?
Right. Oh my
Okay.
gosh, we have tons of volunteer, and it does change year to year. And I do want to say one thing. Keith retired from his formal job a few years ago, and he
just
gets
piddles.
up and goes to the fairgrounds every morning, and
He just does.
He just does, and he enjoys it, and so he's down there working. If anybody has any free time this week and they want to come do anything, just come on down.
Because he's got
He'll
something
be
to
there. We'll
tinker
have a
with,
list.
I'm sure. But
Yeah.
I would
But-
say 4-H has its own set of volunteers. We have 12 kids on the youth fair board, and some of them don't drive, so you even have to think about their parents bringing them back and forth, right? Then Sarah Camuzzi and Mary Beth's class, the work-based learning, they're going to come back and run the farmyard with two youth fair board kids every night, and so her class. Then
Miss Jones is going to be.
Miss Jones's class has come down, and they are doing some things this year. They're going to do one of the Pick Tennessee product booths, which is something we get judged on the state level, and they're going to do some judging. We're training them to do some baking judging and some things, so they're excited about that, teaching some things. Then I think we have about 15 in 2025. We have about 25 in the white building, and that could give or take. You know, we could probably use some more, but right now we have about 25 that do some specific things in the white building.
And I can't stress enough how we appreciate our volunteers. We couldn't do it without them.
No.
We could not do it. They're great.
And we've lost some great volunteers in recent years.
Yes, we
Yes.
have. We've lost several. This past year, we lost Miss Madge Hand, and she had been volunteering at the fair as long as I can remember being there. And so we're really going to miss her. And then, of course, in the past years, Miss Marie Simon, that was our restroom attendant. Everybody knows Miss Marie.
Miss Smith at the Antiques, we've lost her.
And Charlene Tubbs, she would always take care of our gate workers. And when you lose one that's been helping you for so long, it really, you really do miss it.
Alan at the photography.
Yes,
and,
Alan.
Roy Orr when he would do the auctions, and Bennett Bell. I mean, there's just Jimmy
Could just go
Allen.
on and
I mean, yeah.
Really.
And we've missed somebody, I'm
Absolutely.
sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah. Well, we want to talk more about the schedule of events when we take our break,
Yes.
but before we take our break, Heather, I'm just thinking here about the histories. You go way back, and this goes way back, and Crystal Floyd brought this to my attention a couple of months ago.
Yes.
The first 4-H person in the state of Tennessee, we think, came from Benton County back in 1911, and I've read up on that young lady at the time, and boy, she really exhibited. She was at fairs all over and great exhibiting.
Yes.
Murdy Harden.
Yes. So Murdy Harden is the first 4-H'er, official 4-H'er on record in the state of Tennessee. We don't have her card here, but I think that the state 4-H office may have a copy of that. I'm not for sure. They were trying to put a museum together at some point across, for Tennessee 4-H. But she is the first 4-H'er on record, and she went on because of her work at the Chalk Level Club. Actually, in the birdsong community was where she was from. She went on to become a extension assistant. So when women in the 1900s, we couldn't have jobs that were we were just getting the right to vote and those kinds of things. So she was an assistant. She couldn't be an extension agent. And so she actually went around and taught community clubs in our neighborhoods, corn clubs and canning clubs. And then that's kind of how she got started. And then she would win when she was a 4-H'er, like she won a flock of geese. She won a Jersey milking cow. And she won this whole canning set for her tomatoes. And so it was empowering her to do better things for her family and her community. And she really took that to heart and really made her life better, changed her life and her family's life, and then the people around her's life.
Yeah, she would go to these exhibitions, and my
Yes.
goodness, I think she went to Washington, D.C., she went to
Yes.
South Carolina, she went to major fairs.
Yes.
Mid-South, maybe
Yes.
state fair thing. My goodness.
In 1911, I mean, can you imagine that? Like traveling the country, and I mean, as a woman, she had an escort, of course. She couldn't go by herself, but, from Chalk Level community to be able to do that
Yeah.
was a big deal. But she went on and worked in extension until she got married, and then you couldn't be an extension agent or an assistant when you married as a wife.
And Crystal and I are going to be working in weeks to come
Yes.
more and more about this history, maybe get some pictures out. I'm
Yes.
looking forward to that. But in
We
those,
have some
yeah.
info of her in the state 4-H book, and then she's also going to be on our display at the state fair about Benton County.
Yeah, and one thing I did not realize and got researching all of this after Crystal brought it to my attention, you actually had 4-H. You had 4-H clubs before you had an extension service.
Yes, that was the way in. If you teach the youth, and the parents will listen, because a child just like mine is going to come home and tell you, broccoli's healthy. We need to eat more broccoli. And so that's kind of like if you start with the youth and you teach them those skills, and then mom and dad see that, oh, this is working, this is changing, this is better, and then that's how they would adapt new practices, like mattress making. That was a big thing. People didn't have, they had to have bed bugs and other pestilence because of the straw mattresses they were working on. So they would have mattress making days in communities, and we still have the needles. So that would get rid of the pest in their home. I mean, it was just basic things, trying to improve the lives of rural America, trying to make them better, have better canning, improve food preservation, learning how to sew and make garments better and last longer, cleaning remedies, how to get rid of, gnats. I mean, it's just amazing the things that they taught them. And nutrition was a big thing because during that time, we went into the Great Depression and coming out of that, and we noticed that rural America, some of our men weren't able to go to war because they were malnourished. And so that was another reason to kind of boost that, where we were trying to teach rural America and just America in general, like, you need to have these things to have a strong body, to be able to do what you need to do in the day.
We're just going to have you back, and Crystal and Justin from down there talk about history of 4-H and extension down through the years. We'll set that up on down the road. But what we need to do right now is take a break for Apex Bank, our sponsor. And when we come back, we'll talk more about the Benton County Fair and the list of activities coming up for Fair Week. Stay with us.
For more than 85 years, Apex Bank of Camden has built a tradition of local people serving local people. Although there have been changes over the years, this one thing remains the same. Hometown people that are your friends serving you every day to meet your financial needs. We want to see you grow and prosper. And when you ever have a need, you'll get personal attention right here at home, not in some far-off corporate office. Number one in customer service. Apex Bank of Camden, Benton County's best bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Welcome back to Operation 7570 on this Saturday morning. We're talking about the Benton County Fair, which this week will be held, or this year it will be held the week of August 22nd through the 27th, just around the corner. And in the studios to talk about fair activities with us this morning, Kathy Weatherly, Heather Deckard Smith. Girls, thank you again for being here. And Kathy, let's just go ahead. Fair, take us through Monday through Saturday, all that's going to be taking place.
Oh.
If you want to swap up and let Heather give some, that's fine too.
Yeah, we have so many new things going on that I'm sure I'll forget something. Heather can jump in there and help me out if I
remember.
Yes, because we're actually, before I go into this, we're actually having a lot of just pop-up stuff. Caitlin Spivey and Crystal Floyd and
Leslie Woods, Rachel Baker have been working on some new things.
Have been helping with that. We're going to have just some events that are just going to pop up during the week, something that's not in the schedule, just spur of the moment, and so that's going to be exciting because you never know what's going to be happening. But on Monday night, it's kind of just our normal night. It'll be our senior pageants, and the Midway will not open that night, so I want to stress that. The carnival will not be running on Monday night. But other than that, everything will be normal. We'll have entries that day, and I encourage everyone to bring in their entries, their canning, sewing, anything they've been working
Crafts,
on. Yeah.
Flower arrangement, silks, art, photography, anything. There's a category.
Right, and get those in on Monday because we really would like to have a good show in our exhibit building. We've moved all of the exhibits will be in that large white exhibit building. Everything will go in there, so we're hoping we've made some changes to the interior of that, and hopefully it's going to look nice, and we just want to fill it up with exhibits. That on Monday and Tuesday night too, we will be having commercial nights where we used to have our commercial booths inside that building. This year, and we did it last year, but this year we'll have them set up under the open white building, and the commercial booths will just be there 2 nights. There's no fee for that. If they set up, they'll be giving away a door prize or have favors or handouts or something to give away. So that will be good. So if you come and go through that, you'll end up with some
And that's been a big boost, we think, because we've had more people come in and want to be a part of that, more businesses. So if there's a business out there that would like to set up and advertise a little bit or support the fair, and we would love to have you.
Right.
Not too late to do that. Not too late.
Not too late.
Okay.
No, we're getting close to being full, but we do still have a few spots.
Yes.
So then we'll have our Century Farms program will be that night, the reception, and then the program on the Carter porch. Then our junior fairs to the fair, opening ceremony, the junior miss, and then our fairs to the fair, and you'll be there emceeing that night, I'm sure.
That's what I hear.
Yes.
That's what I hear.
Thank you, Flash.
Yes, thank you. You're a staple, Flash. You have to be there.
We'll also have some music going on after the Century Farm. I think the Sauls boys are going to come out, and they have a huge following. That's Chris and Aaron Sauls' boys, and they'll be playing music with their family. So come out and listen to them, and we're really excited about, the things that we have going on. So just because the carnival's not open doesn't mean there is not anything going on. Now, you will not be able to just saunter through the White Building on Monday night because we're going to be still taking in entries. So there'll be limited, access through that to kind of help with the congestion a little bit. There'll be some access, but just know that it'll be really congested because it's a lot to move all of those people into that building and taking entries. So we're excited about that.
Yeah. Then on Tuesday, our judging gets underway on all of our entries, and the White Building will be closed that day for judging, but
till 5 o'clock.
Then our great volunteers should have it all displayed and ready to go on Tuesday night.
Yes.
The carnival will be opening on Tuesday night, and everything should be set up and ready to go. Our antique tractor show will be on the grounds then, and then Tuesday night we'll have the Little Miss Fairs to the Fair, the Doll Parade, the Boy with the Toy, and then some of our pop-up stuff. Will be going on. Wednesday is that's when we've got the
Wednesday will be country ham auction on the grandstand. So we have 29 hams for sale that night, or that during that time frame, and that's 4th through 12th grade. And Flash has been involved in helping volunteer with that. They have a public speaking component, a record book component, and then how well their hams cured. So that will be on Wednesday. We'll also be taking in the hogs by appointment with our 9 exhibitors for that, so they'll be coming in. And then we have gospel singing at the grandstands, and then they're going to have children's church at the grandstands right after the country ham auction. So we're excited about that, and that opportunity for people to come and worship and enjoy church at the fair. And it's really a sweet little moment when those little ones get up there. It's really fun. Ivy likes to go down and listen, and that's been a nice addition as
and if
well.
we have any area churches that haven't signed up for that or might be interested in having some of their youth come and sing, they can contact Caitlin Spivey or Crystal Floyd. I think she's helping with that, because we would love to have them.
More,
And they're both readily available. Contact them on Facebook or where they work. Everybody knows Crystal and Caitlin and where they're at, and they're easy to find.
Well, then on Thursday is our normal Senior Citizens Day. That's from 10 to noon, and we'll be having some games and stuff for the seniors, bingo probably. We're not 100% sure.
The basket weaving ladies will be there, so if you're interested in the Basket Guild, they're going to have a live craft demonstration during that morning and coming, and they'll be inside the building and doing live demos of their crafts. So we thought that we'll have some more of that going on, and I'll talk about that in just a minute.
And then
Hog show.
The hog show's on Thursday. Thursday night we're having the Double Edge Band, and we've renamed the old horticulture building. It's now the Activities Building.
I didn't even know that. I'm on the board.
So it's the Activities Building now.
They kept you a secret. Kept something from you.
So kept from him something from her.
It's never been done before.
But that's going to be the Double Edge Band in there. We're having dancing and line dancing lessons. If you're interested, come on down, Flash.
Yeah, they'll teach you. They had a big time last year with that.
So that's a lot of fun. And I didn't mention we'll have our normal progressive drawing every night. It starts out $250 the first night. We draw one ticket. If there's no winner, then the next night it doubles up to $500, and then $750. Goes on that way as long as there's not a winner. We like it when there's not a winner and it grows. But you never know. Sometimes we have a winner every night, and then sometimes it'll go
3 or 4 nights.
Yeah, 3 or 4 nights. So, which is really good. Friday is school, I'll get back to the chick chain,
Okay.
but it will be school day from 10 to 3. That's kids' day at the fair. The midway will be going. The farmyard will be open. Friday night will be the lawnmower demolition, and that's always very interesting. And,
Yes, we have a big crowd for that.
Yeah.
If you want to enter your mower, please contact Scotty Smith. There's still slots available, but there's some rules. So
And prize money
Prize
for all
money.
of that, yeah. Saturday, we will be having the baby show. That starts registering at 10 for the age groups. They can check the fair book, or we've got an ad coming out in the paper with the schedule. Then we're really excited over Saturday night. We're having the bull riding. We've never had anything like that before in a long. We did have a rodeo years ago, but the bull riding's going on this year, and we've got some people coming in to do that for us. And for the kids, there'll be the
chicken
chase and the calf
something
scramble,
else.
and they can register that night. The kids.
Yeah.
But we think that's going to be really fun. And then still planning as of right now to have our fireworks that night. We're having a little glitch with a permit, but we're working on
through
that.
that.
We've still got a few days. So, and then if Heather wants to talk about the chick chain.
Yeah, go ahead, young
Chick
lady.
chain will be Friday. Well, all the live auctions will be Wednesday. Will be ham. Hog will be Thursday evening, and then chick chain will be before lunch. Usually starts about, I think the show starts at 9:30, maybe 9:30, and then auction immediate follow. So come out and support our kids and what they're doing. We also will have some live craft demonstrations, and this is something that the State Association of Fairs looks at, like how are we promoting, things in our community. And so we will have the Basket Guild ladies coming in on Thursday right now. I have Sheila Pierce, Sheila Emerson. And she's going, I'm sorry, Sheila. And she is going to do wood burning, and she's going to be there Friday during the day and Friday night. Iris Cliff is going to come in, and she's going to show knitting and crocheting things. And then I'm working on a quilter or a needlework, but if you would like to show something that your craft, and I have 2 or 3 spots left at night. And so please let me know. There's still time to do that. You can call the extension office. We've had a quilter before. We've had someone doing needlework, like cross-stitching or needlepoint. And so it's just to show and expose people to crafts that, are still out there and fun to do, and maybe encourage someone else to pick it up. So we've got that going on. We've got a lot of singing going on the Carter porch next week. We've got a special guest, and I'm not going to steal the girls' thunder, but he has a TV show, and it's going to be coming for the kids.
Forgot about that.
And we're not going to announce his name because they've got a big plan to announce that.
So this pop-up stuff's going to be really exciting.
So please watch the Facebook page. Please watch the Instagram page. They're going to be doing some Facebook Lives. Listen to the man at the fair during the week, because they'll have some, when we get those lined up and ready to go, we'll be handing those over to y'all, as well as additions to the schedule. So we're also having a painting class we're so excited. This has gone over so well. Daylight Gallery comes down, and they have a little painting class, and they're going to do this beautiful barn. And I think they had 1 or 2 spots available for that. And so you get to paint at the fair under the activities building.
Right.
And so if that's something you're interested in, please look at the Facebook page or call the extension office. I'm sure we can help you.
Go ahead. I'm sorry, Kate, go ahead.
Well, I mean,
Yeah, we've just got so many new things going on this year. It's like, it's not our normal schedule, so it's hard to remember everything. But we're having a tire decorating contest. We're doing that to help us with some of our decorations, because we normally have all that fall stuff, and it's going to be a little warm for that. So if you have a business or a group that you want to get together and decorate tires, it has to be from 1 to 10 tires. You can decorate it, make animals out of it, however you want to do, and you can enter those. bring them to the fairgrounds, and we'll keep them on display all week for part of our decorations.
And they will be judged.
They will be judged, be cash money. I think first place is $300. I may be telling that wrong, but
I'll try.
$3 and $150 and $50 or something like that. There'll be 3 prizes, but we've got some people that are planning on entering that. But that's a great thing that a business could do. Busby's Tire is sponsoring that, and Busby Alignment, and I think they may actually have some extra tires if you want to do that and you need some tires. So.
And the catalogs, if you haven't picked up a fair catalog yet, they are available at various spots. Where can a person pick up a fair catalog?
We've delivered those to area businesses, but if you happen to go in a business and you can't locate one, you can come by the fairgrounds. We're going to be there all day today, and Keith will be there every day during the day this week. We'll be glad to give you one. They're at the extension office. We dropped them off at the library. You can look online at Benton County Fair.com, and we have a lot of information there on our website, and the book is also on there too.
We mentioned the carnival, the new carnival coming in.
Yes.
They're not going to be in operation on Monday night. Keep that in mind. But will there be you may mention this, but armbands, will that be going on at certain, or maybe the rest of the weekend?
Yeah. There will be armbands every night except for Friday. We do want to talk about, Saturday.
Saturday night.
Armbands every night, but Saturday night we'll have armbands on school day, and then we'll have armbands also on our matinee on Saturday afternoon. You can come and do armbands. The carnival will close down at 4 on Saturday, reopen again at 5, and that's the only night that will be regular ticket price. The tickets are $1 per ticket, and the reason for that is because we are doing the bull riding, and it's like our big event, and so the gate admission will be more that night than the whole rest of the week. So actually, if you really want to do a lot of riding, then you need to come prior to Saturday. Earlier in the week. But if you want to come and bring your family for the bull riding, then that would be a great night to do that.
What will be the gate admission then?
Okay.
People coming to the fair.
All week, the gate admission is $3 for adults, that's 12 and up, $2 for 6 through 11-year-olds, 5 and under is free. Except for school day. School day is students or school employees are in free that night. We are having the pep rally at the fairgrounds on Thursday night. Yes, if you come between 6 and 6:30 and you have on a Camden Lines shirt, it cannot just be black and gold. It has to have Camden Lines on there, then you can get in free for the pep rally.
Luke's ready to go.
Luke is all ready to go.
Yeah,
he's got his Camden Lines shirt on already.
Right. During the day on Saturday, the gate admission is here again, $3 for adults, $2 for children. I don't know where you can go anywhere for $3 and $2, but if you come on Saturday night for the bull riding, it's $15. $15, 6 and up. 5 and under is free.
Be well worth it. Be well worth it.
Yes. I mean, they're charging the same price at Henry County for things.
If you've never seen bull riding, that's an event within itself.
Yes, right. And actually, the same company that's doing ours, I asked them what their regular prices was, and they said, different places they've played, and they say sometimes, between $15 $35, and we felt 15 was
enough.
Plenty fair enough. Yes. So.
And those bulls, before they come out, they may look gentle, but
they are not.
Don't try to go pet them.
No.
By all means, don't try to do that.
So, we're excited
Well,
about
talk
that.
about the carnival and Pope's Concessions. Will they be back as well, or are they... Go on.
I'm sorry.
I know. We're a little upset.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Well, we do have, we're so excited over our new carnival. We think they're going to be great. But unfortunately, like I said earlier, this was the only date they could come. Well, Pope's Concessions, which that's where we eat from all week, between the library and the rescue squad. And they have the Tennessee State Fair is going on the same week. Also, O'Brien County Fair is going on the same week. So those larger fairs. I talked to James Roy Pope, and he said he actually had enough trucks. He could actually come here. he does not have any work. He doesn't have.
He
the
doesn't have enough
workers.
employees.
You can't get the workers. Now, I just called them this past week just to make sure, and they said, "Oh, we just don't have enough workers, so we're going to really miss
Wow.
them." Yes.
They're a staple. I mean, everybody
Yes.
loves Post concessions.
Yes,
but
so-
now, are they subcontracted or separate from the carnival when you book them? Or
Yes, they're separate from the carnival. They just come in on their own. They're the only outside food company that we've ever really been allowed to have, because the carnival most of the time will not let you book food truck, other food venues. And so the Popes were here in the beginning, actually before some of our more recent carnivals, so it's kind of just, they've been kind of just grandfathered in, and they will be able to come back next year if it works out where they
the
can.
date.
If
Right,
the dates
yeah.
work. So.
But when we talk about concessions and food down at the
Yeah.
fair, by all means, the rescue squad,
Yes.
Benton County Library, take advantage of those
Yes.
folks.
Right, so.
And they'll be there, and they're already planning and gearing up, and so making sure that you're gonna. I think you can even place to-go orders. I think they've done a little bit of that in the last couple of years. Out the back door, you can get somebody's phone number and call it in, and do that. But we would rather you come in through the gate and pay the admission and view all the stuff, and then get your food and enjoy the carnival and whatever else we have going on that night.
You're going to have some great people on the gates every night. I think the bank
Yes.
personnel from our great financial institutions, I think they always help with collecting money.
They do, and that's really great, because if you're not used to doing that every night, and you're doing money every night, and you've got a line of people, and you've got people talking to you, and you're trying to make change, that can get kind of hectic. So,
Yes.
so we're glad that they help us out on that. So.
A few years ago, our friends at Farm Bureau down at the fairgrounds for many, many years, they moved out here on West Main Street,
Yes.
and that's opened up some new office facilities for you down at the fair. So how has that helped? How has that helped your
gosh.
operations?
It has been wonderful, because we've had a little space to have our office, where before we just had a little room in the white building. It's opened up the back of the building. We've been able to actually rent that facility some throughout the year for birthday parties.
Or allow us, the extension office, to have educational programming, like the vet science program has been meeting down there. I've had some classes down there. So it's just allowed us to have another meeting space that has been, well received, especially from my office and other people in the community. And then we can have events back there. For example, the Century Farm Reception. We have 19 families and extended families of people that will come to a reception. Now, not all 19 come every year, but that group has grown every year, and they have outgrown the front lobby of where we would have that little reception when you would walk into the Farm Bureau building. So now this year's our first year to have it in the back, and so we're super excited. They don't have to go anywhere else. We're just going to meet right there, come in, and then we're going to walk over and do our Century Farm presentation. The volunteer luncheon, we've had our volunteer meetings down there, and then they can have their meeting, have our lunch, and then we can walk over and look what we got to do in the building or on the grounds. Also, we have Feed the Judges. Like, we have when they come on Tuesday, we have a nice luncheon, so it's nice for them to be able to come and go out of there, have space to come in and sit down. And then, of course, because of that, we've able to have the vendor markets we've had every month this year, starting in
been
the
going
spring
really
and
well.
the fall. So that has stepped up some opportunities that we've been able to offer to the community.
Well, girls, I certainly appreciate you being here
yes.
on this Saturday morning. And Heather, we'll start with you for a closing word, then we'll turn it back over to Kathy.
Well, I'm a little techie, not real techie, but I'm going to tell you that the younger crew that has come on, the ladies, we call them the ladies, and they have really amped up the Facebook game and the Instagram game, and they're going to do some Facebook Lives. So if some of your listeners are connected with those social media outlets, please do that. We've got some things coming out in the paper, the schedule of events, and we're working on a couple of more advertising things. But please watch that, look at that, listen to the man at the fair, because we'll be giving out information daily through that as well. And we know we have a lot of listeners. And just come out and support the fair. If you have a complaint, then come to us and let us know. Some things we are just out of our hands and we can't control. If you have a better idea and would like to do that, I'm sure we can put you to work.
Yes, definitely.
And, we still need a few volunteers. So if you're interested in volunteering and just sitting in the building or, coming, and just hanging out and doing a few things for us, please let us know at the Extension office. I'm sure I can put you to work. I need some people to sit in the main white building at night just to make sure everything is not touched or broken or, that kind of thing. And just come out and support us and have a great time. That's what the fair is all about. And seeing people we haven't seen in a while. And so we're really looking forward to a great week.
Kathy, close us out.
I just want to invite everyone to come out. The fair is your fair, the community fair. We do it not for our own benefit, but to provide a place for you to bring your agriculture items, for your crafts you've done all year. A place, it's for the community. And if the community doesn't support it, then
we can't have it.
We can't have it. And not only is it a place for the community to come together and do their crafts and that type of thing, it gives the rescue squad, the library, other places a place to hold their fundraisers, because that, I think, is a big fundraiser for those two groups. So for the kids to show their market hogs, and they were able to sell those, so that's a place for them to sell that and make their money back for that. So it's really, the fair is not about us, the volunteers, or even it is for the community, and we just want the community to support us.
Well, Kathy, Heather, thank you so much for being with us. I really appreciate it so very, very much. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, the fair is coming up, the dates of August 22nd through the 27th. Look them up on Facebook, go to their regular web page, and, just visit them down at the fairgrounds, or Heather down at Extension, her fine staff down there. They can tell you everything you wanted to know about this year's Benton County Fair. Thanks so much for being with us today on this Saturday morning. I hope you have a great rest of the day, a great rest of the weekend. We'll see you next Saturday morning. Goodbye, everybody.
Apex Bank of Camden, proudly serving the Benton